Hey, I am Stacey A. Cross. There is no E in my name. Thanks so much. If you're watching this now, I am live. It's about 6:13 a.m. So I don't know how many of you are alive. Hopefully you're alive when you're watching this. If you are alive right now and watching, click that thumbs up. Let me know that you're alive. But I am live, and if you're with me now, then I want to say good morning, great morning. It's Monday, 7/23, July 23rd. I am Stacey A. Cross. There's no E in my name. I wrote this spectacular book. And speaking of that, I just want to, there's a testimony that came in, and I thought it was just a fantastic testimony. If you have me on Instagram or Twitter, I did post it on there. It's at Stacey A. Cross on either of the channels, but I just want you to understand how powerful this book is. And it's for, and when I say it's for the sleepers out there, like you already know what you got inside you, but you're really not living up to your potential. You're really not every day doing everything that it's going to take to get out of that threshold. And that threshold, what I want to talk about is, you're right at that cusp. You're right at that line, but you need that boost or the energy or the discipline or the motivation or that burst in willpower to just take it over. So it doesn't become a struggle anymore. You don't get up to that cycle and then stop right at that threshold. So let me share with you what I got going on here. This is going to be awesome. Let's see here. Okay, now this one is from Jay. I'll just say his name is Jay. And he said, just wanted to say thank you for releasing your book. I recently, May 1st, stepped away from my job and started building my own brand. My wife happened to see Rick Lawson, mutual friend. Rick Lawson is I love him. He's the guy's definitely a comfort killer. He posts a lot about the comfort killers and helps me, bring the voice of the brand out to more. So Rick Lawson must have shared it. He says, Rick Lawson, mutual friend, post about your book and bought it for me. It took her, it says, my wife happened to see Rick Lawson, which is a mutual friend, post about your book and she bought it for me. It took her bugging me to read it for a few weeks, but now I'm super thankful. My wife and I do okay, but I've never lived up to my potential. This book has fired me up. So this book, and you see it right here with my face on it, will fire you up. If you don't have this book, in the bottom of the notes here, I will put a link so you could go get this book, or you could just go to thecomfortkillers.com, right? And go on that website and just click book, and there's a link right there so you could purchase it. I want to send you a signed copy of the book. If you do that, just email me. If you want a signed copy, just email Stacey@thecomfortkillers.com and I'll get you out one. But this is the book, Your Journey to Success. This is exactly the steps I took to get outside of my comfort zone. And that's why I'm here, because I help you move outside of your comfort zone. It's uncomfortable to shift your mindset. It really is. It's an uncomfortable thing to start shifting your mindset and really thinking differently about you and how you're perceived in the world and what you could do and who you could be. We are scared to do certain things because we say, that's not for us, or, I can never see myself doing that, because you haven't really opened up your perspectives. You haven't really put yourself in that situation. Like my man KRS once said, visualize wealth, but put yourself in the picture. It's cool to just visualize, but everyone's scared to put themselves right in the mix and see it in color. Why? Because they feel their beliefs, limiting beliefs, says, I can't be the one to have this. I can't be the one to do this. And I'm telling you, this shit is going to shake you. It's going to say, hell yeah, why not? Why? Well, I want to read a book from you. I want to purchase your book. I want to see what you're doing. So we all have within us the same capabilities, but some people actually use their abilities and some people don't. This book will help you use yours. So I just want to say that. Today I want to talk about positive mental attitude. I used to be like a positive mindset, but now I just switched it to positive mental attitude. And I want to help you see how I was able to use a negative situation or a negative past and pull from it positive aspects of myself So I'm like, oh, wow. Instead of thinking this negative thing about me and that will keep me in that cycle and unable to pass the threshold, now I'm thinking differently about the entire situation. And now it's more of a positive spin on it, even though it came from a negative situation. I use I always use the example of planting seeds. Okay. You know, a farmer, you are a farmer, you like growing plants, you like, you got a green thumb, great. But you know, the, uh, where we plant seeds. So we plant seeds in the dirt. Okay. We plant seeds in the dirt, and up from the dirt, because the soil is giving it food and nutrients. Okay. And up from that comes this beautiful thing that nourishes the planet, provides oxygen. Not only that, gives food. And not only that, it's just a beautiful thing to see. So it provides beauty, it provides nourishment, and it provides livability. Like we could, oxygen. So what I learned was that, wow, all my negative situations, they seem dark. They seem like this place where I really don't want to go back. I really don't want to talk about it. But of course, it's your story. So let's say, think of right now a situation that you've been in or was in, and you can never really go back there. There's a lot of people that had trauma, addiction, alcohol. Me personally, I came from a gambling addiction to starting this company and really making it amazing for myself. So how did I do that? How did I turn something that was a seed, and I planted it in darkness? Okay. I'm looking at it, I'm in it, it's negative. I don't like how I feel. I don't like where this is going. I don't like the cycles. But then how do I change that? Okay, so you got to look differently at it. The perspective has to shift around the experience, around the situation, around what you've been through, in order to first confront it. So we have to confront this thing. We can't just close the door on it. We can't just put the thing back in the closet next to all the skeletons, because that will not work. What we're doing is we're just hoarding up these parts of us that scare us and don't give us the ability to move forward because we never looked at them. In order to confront something, you have to bring it in. You have to bring it to your face. In the book, I talk a lot about confronting. In fact, I give you the 3 C's to change in this book. It's a paradigm and a formula that helped me change my behaviors, change my ways, and change my outlook and perspective on life. So, okay, I was a gambler. Okay. I don't know if you know any gamblers. If you know any a gambler, maybe you got to send them to howtoovercomegamblingaddiction.com. It's a website, and it's a video that I give that's pretty much explains exactly how I was able to overcome gambling. Or throw them this book, gift them a book to help them. And then, I don't care if you're into gambling or you are into drugs or you are into you're just not really living to your potential. This book will do it for you. I know I keep plugging the book because it really is a good book for that. So yeah, coming from a gambling background, where when you're in it, you don't even know that you're addicted. It took someone, it took someone finding out that I was close to. They found out, and I was like, oh my God, I've been had. When you've been caught, it's like you feel shame and guilt. So one of these things was, damn, and for me, I had a lot of pride. So when I was found out to be this addicted person, they suggested that I go to a Gamblers Anonymous meeting. Me personally said, hell no, I'm not going. Okay. I had too much pride. So what I wanted to do was change, get rid of the addiction, get rid of the gambling addiction, and really change my life for good. I've tried in the past, it never kind of worked. So now I really had this, I got to do it. So the first thing, I had to confront it. One of the things I did first to confront it, I was just talking to a banker, was I looked at my account and I calculated and I added how much I was actually paying for overdraft fees, how much I was paying to take advanced cash, how much I was like in the hole, and really see those numbers. Okay. The second thing I did was, okay, Stace, you got to confront that. Like, you can't let that slide by and like nothing ever happened. What was going on inside your brain? What was going on biologically? What was going on, inside, so you could look at the thing different? Well, one of the things that I found that I was doing was, in the morning I would wake up and I wouldn't have any money, but I had this need, I had this urge to go gamble. And so by the early afternoon, I ended up having $200, $300. So I looked at that in my confronting stage, and I said, "Wow, Stace, you are so resourceful. You're so resourceful. Look at this. I mean, I know it's something destructive, but let's put that aside for now. Let's just talk about all the good things and the positives of the person you are. Let's say, you're dealing with drugs or alcohol. You always got to find the money for this stuff. Where does the money come from? You know? So I found myself to be so resourceful. So I started writing down all the good qualities that I found in myself. And then another thing I did was I learned that, while confronting, that I was always at the casino. This was 24 hours sometimes. Okay. And I would go in early morning, come out. I don't care if there was snow on the ground. And the newscast, the weatherman said, don't go outside today. It's a blizzard out there. It's unsafe. I didn't care. So what did I say, to turn it, to change the perspective, to shift it? I said, man, Stace, you go in for what you believe. Nothing could stop you. Not rain, not sleet, not snow. I mean, you ensure that you are there. You show up and you stay late. Again, I know I'm talking about something destructive, but I put it in perspective and I changed that perspective, and I said, oh my God, Stace, you will go in. Now, what if you have this type of attitude and drive and energy for something that was constructive? How about you just you take out the gambling, put something else in there, and keep that energy going and keep it flowing? You'll be a monster. You'll be a beast. You'll be killing it, man, because you stay up all hours of the night for this thing. What if we change that thing to something else? And that's why the Comfort Killers came about. This is how I overcame gambling. Another thing that I noticed during gambling, when I had to shift my perspective about it, was I was always, 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 always thinking positively about what could happen, what could possibly happen. Like, I'm going to win big today. So I would have these, these thoughts like, man, today is the day. Today I'm going to do it. But again, it was in something destructive where, gambling versus something constructive. Now, what if I had that type of attitude and drive for a company, for writing a book, for doing some creative work, for creating something? You see what I'm saying? So what if I put and direct that into something that was constructive? And I did just that by creating the Comfort Killers and just going out 100%, giving it a bang. So I implore you, and I want to encourage you today to think differently, first of all, about your past, about your failures, about what you don't want to go back and touch. You put it in the closet. You don't really want to deal with it. I'm telling you, let's open that closet together. Let's deal with it. But instead of writing down all the bad things about that, I want you to take a pen and pad out. At least get 5 things down on your paper that makes you just unique in that stance, positively unique, to create a positive mental attitude. Now, what that's going to do is, first of all, allow you to confront that thing. Second thing is allow you to see all the great qualities and abilities that you have, even though it was something destructive. You could change that. But the third thing it does is allow you to see things in a more positive light. And that's what this is about. Because in order for me to change that thing, now when I go about my daily business and my, dealing with life and living and building a business and going down valleys and up hills or whatever the case may be, I know that I'm looking at things from a positive mental attitude. Attitude is everything. And I want to give you that juice today, Comfort Killers. I am Stacey A. Cross. There's no E in my name. I hope that you enjoy this feed, but I also want you to purchase this book, The Comfort Killers, Your Journey to Success, How to Change Your Life Using Tools You Already Have. I give you awesome tools in this book In fact, here's the 3 C's to change right now. The first one is decision. The second one, well, decision. And then the second one is confront. So I talk about confronting. The third one, I'm sorry, well, the second C is commit. And the third C, finally, is to create. Okay. And then we add decision in there because you have to make a decision. You have to be ready right now to want to do this, to want to change your life. So we got the tools for you. Head over to thecomfortkillers.com right now and, sign up. We have open enrollment really for membership. If you want to join us at thecomfortkillers.com, if you want to become a comfort killer, if you want to learn all the tools, all the resources that I've learned and my people's learned, and we kind of taking life by the horns and just living it from a different perspective, a different scope, and shifting our mindset and attitude. So we focus on the foundation, helping you break the nasty behaviors, the unhealthy habits, and the unhealthy blockage that we have there that, sometimes it's not your fault. So head over to the Comfort Killers. I have tons of articles there, and I would love to see you inside the membership. So